Oh, wrong one. There we go.
Yeah, I don't have a brewski this week, so that's my can opening noise. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Joseph Filters podcast, episode 100 and 122. I almost said 101.22.
Oh fuck. Let me change this title real quick. I have it as
All right,
121.
Dayton's changing on the fly. I'm your host, Jacob Thompson. Tonight, I'm just drinking water. It's just one of those days. You know what I'm saying, Joseph? It's just I had a big old frozen pizza for dinner,
Ooh,
and I'm just like, do I need a beer? I don't think so. So we're just gonna go with the water tonight.
always need a beer with pizza. It's like the rule.
Sure, but it was like Aldi's version of a DiGiorno pizza with like the big stuffed crust or the big rising crust, I should say.
Oh,
That's a lot. A lot of fucking
you don't
pizza,
need
and I ate
more.
most of it.
You don't need canned bread after that.
No. But I'll tell you what. Just a quick little shout to Aldi because I've been shopping at Aldi. Dayton's gonna tell me to do it for years, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph, how much do you think like a DiGiorno rising crust supreme pizza is?
Fuck, I don't know.
I don't. It's probably between like $5 and $6.
DiGiorno? I think it's
I
closer
thought
to
DiGiorno
8.
was like, yeah, I was gonna say 8.
I think they've reduced the price of the rising crust. I'll say 6.5, just for argument's sake.
Okay.
Guess how much this Aldi DiGiorno rising crust look-alike pizza is?
$3.49.
$2.75.
Fuck.
And like it's
Damn.
not as good. Like the ingredients aren't as like good, but it's good enough for $2.75. I'm not gonna fucking complain. Like Jesus
Man.
Christ.
Pretty,
God damn,
pretty
Aldi's
sick.
cheap. Anyway, what are you drinking, Joseph?
Tonight I'm drinking what is it? Insight Brewery's Trollway.
I love their
Um,
cans so much.
I do too. I haven't had Insight in a while. Part of that's because they're almost walking distance, like they're just
Mm,
outside of comfortable walking distance. So I'd rather just get their beer on tap.
sure.
But I was in a rush yesterday, which I can talk about later as to why. But um,
I haven't been to their brewery. Do they
continued
have
to-
the same like iconography for the beers at the brewery? 'Cause that's their can design is some of my favorite I've ever seen. Of like
yeah, I
little
think
like
on the
drinkers and
taps
stuff.
or on the board they have like the logos with them,
That's awesome. Oh yeah.
from what I remember. It's been damn near 2 years now since I've been
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Damn. And I am Dayton, and I am drinking the Beard Brewing Always Eating Dinner, and it is a New England style IPA.
Always
And
eating dinner. I fucking
always
love that.
eating dinner, and the artwork.
That's apt for back in your fasting days, intermittent
Yeah,
fasting days.
yeah, because that's all I would eat was dinner.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's literally just like a guy who's just chowing down at like the dinner table. I don't know if you'll be able to like see it on camera or not.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's
When it was
honestly very
blurry, it looked
solid.
like a village or something. No,
Mhm.
it sounds good. I haven't had a New England IPA in a minute, and I really like it, so I
I
gotta pick
I
them up.
like New England IPAs a lot, which is very fitting.
Mhm.
I happen to live in New England,
Now
so
you're there. Now you're there. Yeah.
yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
pretty
There's
convenient.
a lot smoother than regular IPAs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
No Gabe tonight. Gabe is out of town for work. Pray for him. He's probably not in a good mood right now. So, hopefully he'll be back next week. But yeah, we're back to a three-man team for now. But as always, you can always find our podcast on Monday mornings on podcast services and YouTube. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at ewfpodcast. And go ahead and follow us on Twitch too at ewf_podcast, where we stream the podcast live on Thursday nights and we stream some games on Monday nights. Joseph and I just played a little game called Operation Tango, where it's the two of us in some co-op action trying to communicate with each other. That was pretty fun. We're going to finish that up next week. So the day you're hearing this, we'll be playing that again to finish the game. So yeah, it's a good time. Go and check it out. But yeah, let's start off the podcast with what we've been doing lately, which is our weekly anecdotes. What's been going on the past week or so. And I got a lot, so I'll start with one and then we can go around.
Round table action.
A little round table action. So before we start recording, we were talking about Taco Bell. Me and Joseph were talking about Taco Bell orders, right? And of course, we love Taco Bell here. All right, no shame to Taco Bell. The amount of food you can buy with a $5 bill is absolutely insane. Anyway, me and my friend Lissa and we went to our brewery for the first time last Friday. Finally went out into the world and had a brewski or two, which was really nice. And then we hung out for a little bit after, but then, it was time to leave, and I'm like, you know what? I'm a little hungry. I need a little T-bill in my system before I go to bed, right? So I go to the drive-through, pull in, order my food, and so in the drive-through line, the person in front of me is a truck and he's pulling a trailer, right?
Mhm.
Anyway, he gets his stuff and he leaves. I roll up to the window where I'm gonna pay, and I can hear the guy, the door's open. I can hear the guy talking. He's like, it was a fucking trailer. I thought there was somebody waiting at the box to order, and I kept like saying, "Hey, what's your order? What's your order?" And it was just the trailer because the way like the car had moved, the trailer was sitting in front of the voice box. I don't know what you fucking call that. So he was like
Mhm.
yelling at it, and I was kind of laughing because it's funny. And he sees me laugh. He's like, "Hey, what's going, man?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's good." I'm like, "How you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm fucking tired. I'm going off like 3 hours of sleep." And I'm like, "Oh, it sucks." And he's like, I got like 3 more hours of my shift." I'm like, "Oh, it sucks, man. You gotta get some Baja Blast in you." And he goes, "Yeah, I want to Baja Blast my brains out."
Holy shit.
I was dying, dude. And I mean, he was doing it in a joking manner. It was so fucking funny. And he's like, he's like, "Have a good night, man. You too, man." Like, so fucking funny.
Oh my
God.
gosh. That's
As
like
soon
a
as I got
solid
home.
that's like a solid like I don't know, like a one-liner, whatever you want to call him. Like he probably thought of that on the fly. This man's
Oh,
a
Oh
he's
comedic
yeah.
genius.
Or he's used it like many times.
he's got to have that on bank. Like
Yeah.
that's just
You
one in
think
his holster.
you
He
think
just
so?
knows.
You don't
Yeah,
think it was
I
off
think
the
so.
dome?
I don't
I
think
mean,
I
it
think
was a
there's one
very
thing coming off that dome.
it was a very quick response, and I'll tell you what, I don't care if you use it 1,000 times. First time I heard it, and it got me. So hopefully that dude's doing okay. But as soon as I got him, I wrote it down because I'm like, I gotta say this on the podcast. That shit was so funny.
That's
Uh,
funny.
but yeah, Joseph, tell me about your last week. You went camping, right?
Yeah, so Gabe and I and our roommate Tim and his girlfriend, we went camping in northern Minnesota. It's kind of near Duluth. I would say uh, latitudinally similar to Duluth, but a little further west.
Okay.
It's this bike park called Cuyuna, and one of their claims to fame is that they have red dirt because it's very iron rich. So our bikes are all stained red right now. But we spent 3 days of biking there, and we camped. Actually, it was like right off the trail. We were able to bike right there. We didn't even have to drive in or anything, which was really nice. Excuse me. But the first day, near the end of the day, I was coming back, had to go through some switchbacks to get back, and on the last berm, I completely ate shit, and I scraped up my elbow.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Not really coming in camera, and my knee, which let's see if that can come in camera pretty well. I finally stopped having gauze on it. I can't
Oh
bend my knee.
my
Yeah,
God,
that's
that's
pretty
a
Can't
bad.
gash,
really
dude.
bend my knee all the way.
Jesus
I can feel the
Christ.
scab cracking when I walk. Like
Yeah.
if I don't move for a while and then start bending my knee, I can feel it cracking and like then I went biking 2 days after that with it. I got this elbow a little bit. There's a couple small scabs, nothing too bad.
Mhm.
But there's like road rash on my leg that I'm just now noticing like within the last couple days. It was cool. It's fun. Um,
When you crashed, did you guys have like any first aid stuff on you, or did you have to just ride out with a
well,
bloody leg?
so we split into two groups because Tim's girlfriend Nicole had a minor injury too. She
Mm,
fell. So she has clip pedals.
mm.
So like we were stopping and she thought she got her foot out, but she didn't. And so she fell and she caught her handlebars like in her ribs.
Oh, yeah.
So she like had the wind knocked out of her. So they were taking it slow. And I think they were planning on heading back soon. So we were like, all right, we're still like we're tired. It's the end of the day, but like I'm gonna keep biking. So we did like one more thing. So we were separate, and Gabe was ahead of me because I was dogging it. This is like the we're like a quarter mile away from the campsite. Like we're
Yeah.
on our way back, and he's blasting ahead. I'm dogging it down this part, and then I fall and I look up and I'm like, all right, there's no one behind me. All right, gotta get back. And like just biking back, and I catch up with Gabe. He's like, "What took you so long?" And then he looked at me and goes, "Oh, I see what I get it." Like
You
blood
are
was
bleeding
dripping.
in multiple spots.
Yeah, it was like dripping down my leg. I'm like, "Can we just get back, please?"
Good Lord.
Man, so
And
that's
luckily, Nicole had a bunch of gauze and medical tape because I forgot mine.
Hmm.
I was being very smart and forgot it.
Yep.
So, and I have since updated my first aid kit a bit. So should be better off next time. I
Yep.
had my like super basic backpacking one, which is basically just band-aids and like moleskins for blisters, but
Hmm.
not big band-aids were not big enough for that. So
No, no. For
luckily
audio
Nicole.
listeners, it's like the size. I don't know. It's like, what's that the size of?
So
half a slice
my
of bread.
elbow, my elbow, I
Yeah,
was
have a slice
able
of
to
bread is big.
use a 2x2 gauze pad pretty easily. I had a because it comes all folded up, so I only had to unfold it once lengthwise, and it covered up my elbow. So I don't know, I'd say 2 inches by 1 inch on my elbow, and then maybe 3 by 1 on my knee, 4 by 3 by maybe.
Yeah.
It's pretty big. It's pretty cool. It was
Thank,
fun.
Thankfully, it
Good
seems
time.
pretty like skin deep. Like it's not
Yeah,
you
yeah.
fuck up your tendons or anything.
Yeah, no, I don't. It wasn't that bad. And I mean, I biked 2 days after it. The next day was pretty bad. But the third day was actually pretty fine. So that was nice. Hasn't been infected yet, so
Fingers crossed.
so
Holding out
far
hope.
so good.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we all yeah. Other than that, it was a great time camping. Excuse me, and biking. It was beautiful and yeah, my skin is still red from the dirt. So but
Yep.
it was a fun time.
Yes.
So
What's your
that's
date and what's been
so.
going on with you?
Well, hang on a second. Gabe has seen both Joseph and I just absolutely messed up from mountain biking,
Mine isn't
and
on video though.
yeah, that is true. I wish that mine wasn't on video.
It's a hard video to watch.
Yeah, it's even harder when I realize that I have no memory of it.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
but yeah, stuff that I've been doing recently. So last time that I was talking to you guys was like a week and a half ago. So since then, I went down to New Jersey for 5 days for work.
oh right,
Really,
yeah.
really didn't have any like downtime whatsoever. I literally woke up, early, went on my run, went to work, and then got dinner, and then fell asleep. That's pretty much all.
Damn.
Um,
Nice.
What were you doing that had you had to be like leave like because if mostly it's building stuff, I'm curious why you had to go down to New Jersey.
we were doing an audit. We were auditing one of our vendors.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, so we had to just make sure that they were, fulfilling all the requirements and all that other stuff. Um,
Sounds fun.
yeah, not really. But yeah, so that was like most of the time, and then on Friday, we drove back up here from New Jersey up to Connecticut. I pretty much threw all my camping stuff in the back of my car, and I immediately drove up to the Whites, which is another like 4.5 hours north, with two of my friends, and then we proceeded to camp that one night. Camp on Friday. Saturday we did some hiking. We hiked up two of the 4,000 footers. Um, I think it was the one guy's first time ever doing a 4,000 footer, which I mean Jacob can attest to this. Like they're not the easiest things to climb. Um,
No. No, they are not. Especially if this kid wasn't in shape or hasn't done it before,
yeah,
it'll hurt.
yeah. So, and of course we took him on one that was at least like 1,000 feet taller than the one that you did, Jacob.
Was
It
it as
was
steep?
um
'Cause, like the issue with that I had,
no,
we were going up too fast, and I like was it was getting like I don't know, fuck with my nausea and stuff.
yeah, no. I would say that it was less steep but more sustained.
Okay.
It's probably about like 4 miles of just uphill, and in that, well, it's probably 3 miles. In that, you climb about 4,000 feet, um, up to like 5,400 feet of elevation, I think.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so that was really fun that day. And then we went back to the campground, and it just happened to work out. There's this really nice like spring that we could like swim in, and we went swimming in there. I had brought my pack raft, so I was kind of pack rafting around in there. Went up, like, explored this little creek a little bit, swam, and then proceeded to just put back a shit ton of brewskis around a campfire later that night.
Nice.
Yep, and then Sunday morning we packed up and we visited these waterfalls. So it was like you had to hike like 700 feet or 800 feet vertically up this like river, essentially, that was just like boulders. So you're basically rock hopping for like a mile and a half up this river to get to like these waterfalls, and there were like these really nice like pools to swim in, that had like formed from the waterfall, and we got to swim in those. Fucking cold, very
Yeah.
cold, but it was very refreshing at the same time because it was like, I don't know, 80 degrees plus, really fucking sunny. Yeah, so that's pretty much like the exciting stuff that I've been doing. Oh,
So work
one,
super hard all week, then go on a super hard hike immediately. Sounds
yeah,
about right for Dayton.
yeah, and then I don't remember what I've been doing this week. I feel like I've been busy, but I don't know with what. Like it simultaneously feels like Thursday and it also feels like Tuesday. I don't know.
hmm
Um,
Busy like just work stuff, or you also do stuff every night, like sports and your normal
yeah,
shenanigans?
doing stuff every single night. Oh, the other one is preparing for the backpacking trip that Joseph and I are doing
Oh yeah, you've been working on
this
that.
yeah, this August. So like we're making t-shirts. Um, so like we just ordered really nice like Patagonia, Patagucci t-shirts.
hmm
And then we're gonna get like screen printing done on them, and uh, I was in charge of doing all of it essentially. My mom helped out with like finding a place in Holland to be able to do it, but I
hmm
created the logo, or like the actual thing that we're going to be putting on it, and I'm actually pretty proud of it,
It looks
because
pretty good. I really like it.
yeah, thank you. Because like I'm not a graphic designer, I'm not terribly creative, but I
hmm
can I can generally brute force things well enough to make them look decent.
hmm
So basically, what it is like a picture of like a caveman, or it's an outline of a caveman, and then
Okay.
he's holding Isle Royal, like the island, like the outline of Isle Royal, as a
hmm
club, and then beneath it
mm
says Unga Bunga. Uh, and this all
Uh,
started from the last backpacking trip that I did with my dad, my uncle, and then cousin, and then one of their friends at the Manistee River Trail, and and we realized that my uncle and I, we have like very similar like mentalities when it comes to that. Like we're just like monkey brained, and we just don't
hmm
even think, we just do. Um, and that's where like the idea came from. We are like, we got to get shirts that say Unga Boonga on them. Uh,
hmm
that's gonna be the model of Isle Royal. But yeah, honestly, like I'm pretty happy with how like the design has like, you know, worked out. It took me a long
Oh yeah, it
time of
sounds.
like scouring to find like the perfect like picture of,
Mhm.
a caveman, because like it started out as just like a caveman, and then I had to do like some like funny shit to get just the outline, and then
Right.
to get the Isle Royal outline, I have ArcGIS or ArcMap on my computer, and I just loaded an Isle Royal, took a screenshot of that, and then took the outline off of
Yeah.
there. So it was like a weird like conglomeration of like different programs like working together. I don't know. It's pretty cool.
Sounds
Nice.
cool. Yeah. Yeah, I want to check it out after the podcast.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Very nice.
Oh,
I'm sure after the trip we'll both be wearing them anyway.
Oh
So
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially if they're
Dayton, I'm putting you
Patagucci.
on the bench because I got another. Let's go around again. All
All
right,
right, all
go
right,
around
all
again
right,
for
all
your
right,
last one.
all right, all right, all right.
Here's my second little thingy, mountain biking related. To what was somewhat earlier. So as you guys know, I got a mountain bike recently. I've been trying to go a few times a week, and it's been good. But one thing that is not fun is getting there because I don't have a bike rack. So in order to transport me myself and my bike to there, I have to take my mountain bike, that's my car, flip it over, take off the front wheel, put down my two back seats, and then load it in through the trunk, and over the back seats, and then put the tire in, get in, go, and then do the opposite when I get there. So it's kind of a whole thing, right? And when was this? It was last Friday as well. Everything happened on Friday last week. So I'm like, I'm gonna go mountain biking quick before I go to the brewery with Lissa, and go out there. I was just kind of like in a frustrated mood. Like I just wanted to fucking get there and just do it. Just kind of like release some energy. And so yeah, so I flip it over, take the front wheel off. I had kind of a harder time getting in than usual because things always get caught on some shit. And it's just like get the fuck in there, you know. Like all right, get in the driver's seat. I pull out, okay, and I hear something, and it sounds like I had left my water bottle like on the trunk and it had fallen off, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I looked at my water because that's where I put it. But my water bottle was right next to me. I'm like, that's what? That was weird. And so I like back out, and then I back reverse turn like 90 degrees, and I'm in my rearview mirror, and the front wheel is just rolling because I had forgotten to put the front wheel in the car because I had put it on this. I had rested it on the side of my car, on the passenger side, and I got in the driver's side, so I just missed it. And I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
And I got out, and thank God I didn't like run it over. Like it was pretty much fine. It had some like scrapes on like the quick release,
Yeah.
but it was fine. I put it in. But I was like, this is the second fucking week of owning this mountain bike. If I had run over the front tire and like this
Bent the
destroyed
rim.
it, bent it, like I would have been
That-
so fucking pissed.
That'd be expensive too. Like rims are not cheap.
Yeah, it's just like, are you fucking kidding me? And like literally like I don't know if that was like the last time I talked to Joseph before that we were talking about me getting like a trunk rack. And like, maybe at some point. But now I'm just like, maybe I see to fucking just get one something to do with this shit. Because like, dude, I was like, and then I was more pissed off because I almost run over my front wheel. So I drove there and I was like, just did the ride. But yeah. So that was a very close call. Thank fucking God I didn't run over my front wheel.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Mhm.
That'd be bad.
Yeah. Joseph, do you have another thing? You mentioned earlier you're running late about something.
Yeah, so the other day, so this weekend actually, Cooper is hosting a vaccinated party that
Why did he
that-
invite me? Is he
I-
just trying to rub
he's-
in my face that I can't
No,
go?
he wants you to be here.
I'm not gonna fucking drive to
Yeah,
Minnesota
I know,
for one
I know,
party.
I know,
He
I know.
invited me too, okay?
He wants to hang out with his friends,
I
okay?
just saw him.
Yeah, I know. But the party was not that weekend. Party's this weekend. Anyway, 2000s party. And so we were at Goodwill getting stuff for it because it's the best place to get stuff for a party.
Mm-hmm.
And I came across this $3 Stein,
Oh yeah, you put that on
a glass, Stein for beer, at Goodwill. And I was like, well, fuck. How am I gonna pass up a $3 Stein? Like this is beautiful.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
So I got it and I sent it to the group. You guys saw it. And Dayton reminded me that Wednesday night is Stein night at New Holland Brewery, which is
Mm-hmm.
an event we would go to. We went a couple, 4 times maybe,
Handful of times, yeah.
at least.
Yeah, it's in
And
Dayton's hometown.
yeah, so brewery in where Dayton's from. Actually, they're putting one in South Haven too. So there's going to be
Oh shit!
there's one there. I think it just opened actually too. So
Hell yeah!
when I'm back, I'll be back home over 4th of July. I'll have to try it out then. But anyway, point being, Stein Night, how to celebrate Stein Night. Then I realized I don't have any beer in the house, like nothing. Like I could put a gin and tonic in it if I wanted to, but that's a lot of G&T.
That's sacrilege.
'Cause
That's sacrilege. Come on.
It is sacrilege too, because it's like a real like German brewery label on it. So like it was pretty legit. And even on the bottom it says that it was made in Munich.
Mm.
So like
Ooh, that's cool.
it was worth more than $3.
I was gonna say
yeah.
that's a steal.
There was a matching one right next to it, priced at $6. I was like, not gonna pay for that. Or maybe it was $5 either way. More than I
Still a
wanted.
steal.
Oh yeah, but like compared
Yeah.
to $3,
Sure.
I can only drink out of one at a time anyway. So I needed to get beer, and it was like 5 o'clock on Wednesday, and I was like, I don't have any beer. So I ran to Total Wine And Total Wine is not good about keeping a lot of cold beer.
Yeah.
Like they just don't. They've very little cooler section. So then I tried to find like a beer that was cold so that I could drink it right then. And that's why I got Trollway because I knew it was a good one.
Mm,
Um, that's kind of the story of why I got this versus anything else,
mm.
versus something new. But yeah, so I tried it out last night. Worked pretty great, and I think I'm gonna take it with me
The
to
sign
Cooper's
held the
party.
beer.
This sign held the beer. I tell you what, I did wash it first. I scrubbed it pretty good just in case. You never know. But I'm gonna take it to Cooper's party and at least for a little bit. I'll probably hide it up in his room once I get a Stein or two
Yeah.
in. But
Yeah, you don't want to lose that or break it or something.
yeah, I don't want to break my $3 glassware.
Yeah.
But, but yeah,
Oh yeah.
so I now own a Stein.
Very
Pretty
nice.
sick. And for those who don't know, the Steins are usually 32 ounces. So like this is I put two of these 16-ounce cans in there, and it did not fill it up. This
Well,
holds a lot of
it fills
fucking.
it up to the line, and then the rest of that's supposed to be head.
I don't think there was a line, unless I
No,
missed it.
there is, because like I just had a Stein. I'll tell the story, but yeah,
Okay.
there's like a
Continue, because
line.
I'm basically done anyway.
Okay, so before Joseph got his Stein, we were heading back from the Whites, up in New Hampshire, when we stopped off for some lunch, and at first we were gonna stop at this small cafe, but then we were like, oh, we just passed it. I'm like, fuck it, I don't want to drive, I don't want to go backwards. I want to just keep on going, and
Yeah.
we found this Bavarian restaurant that had like
Ooh.
fantastic reviews, and we're like, fuck it, let's go get some beer and let's get some pretzels, and like that'll be our lunch. So we go there, and we're greeted by this. She's I think that she's like from Germany, because like she had a very like German accent, and she was, I think it's called a dirndl, which is like the dress that German women wear during Oktoberfest. She was wearing
Oh
one
yeah.
of those, and like I was like very taken aback at first. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? I knew this was a Bavarian restaurant, but like this is really authentic. And
Hmm.
they had like just a ton of like steins and stuff like that up on the walls, and we sit down, and the menu's like all in German, and our waitress comes over, and I think English was her first language, but she's like, oh, like, do you guys want like some beer? And like my one friend and I were just like, do we want beer? Yeah. And then she was like, okay, we have such and such like wheat beer on draft, and I was like, perfect, I'll take that. And then she's like, all right, would you like half a liter or a full liter? And then my friend's like, full liter, which happens to be the Stein capacity.
Hmm.
And yeah, the way that I think that they're supposed to be filled up is, yeah, there's gonna be like 2 inches of head on the top of them, and then below that there's like a small little line there. It's like like the Stein has like the little circle pattern on it.
Yeah, where the dimples end.
Yeah, it's right where the dimples end. There's like a line around there, so that's where it's supposed to end, and then the rest is supposed to be head.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, that I gotta say, like, that beer was really good, because like it didn't get you drunk. Like, I can understand how Germans could drink that, or I guess
Hmm.
tourists too
So
could drink
much of
that
it.
all day long and not get
Hmm.
drunk, because it's like 3.5 or 4%, and you're just
Yeah.
putting it back like water.
Just chilling.
Yeah. Um.
Yep. Eating some pretzels and
Oh, dude,
whatever else Germans eat.
the fucking pretzels.
Much.
We had 3 different types of mustard that came with them. There's
Oh, baby.
there was spicy mustard, sweet mustard, and then just regular like brown
Tone
mustard.
brown.
Dude, that
Yeah.
spicy mustard, I accidentally put just a little bit too much on there, and I thought my freaking nostrils were gonna start on fire. Cause like it's not like capsaicin heat. It's like it just goes right up your fucking nose. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like reverse smelling salts. But yeah,
Did you remember any German when you
uh,
were there? The
yeah,
way the
yeah. I
menu?
mean, I can still like pick out like bits and pieces of, like, if the vocabulary isn't too unique or too off the
Yeah.
wall. Um, but like my vocabulary is so poor.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a minute.
Yeah,
Well, that's
it's been
all.
like 6 years since I've taken German. So
I
I
was
guess
worried when
it's
you first telling this story because I'm like I was thinking like would a Bavarian restaurant have good vegan options? Because like I'm thinking like brats,
yeah. I mean
but
everything
there are
else was
pretzels.
yeah. I got pretzels and then I got some fries. Um,
Okay,
yeah, but pretty
sounds
solid,
fantastic. I'd
pretty solid.
be down for that.
Um,
All right, the last little bit I
oh
have, or do you have one more thing, Dayton?
well, I mean I have two more things. Well, no, that was one of them.
Okay,
I have one more thing.
well let me do my last little. I need to complain about something,
Okay, okay,
and then
all
you can
right,
finish off here. So
all right.
as y'all know, I've been trying to get back in the dating scene.
Oh,
So I was on Bumble. I'm still on Bumble, but like I'm abandoning Bumble. I've gotten one match, and we talked a little bit, and she ghosted me. So I'm like, Bumble not the place to be. We're going back to Hinge. So Dayton, are you on Hinge right now?
no,
Okay. Have you been on there relatively recently?
within like the
Like
past
like
like 2 months probably.
okay. So tell me if you've seen this, but Joseph, they updated Hinge, right? I know it's been a minute since you've been on there.
Mhm.
So they used to have the what was it called? Best match or something, or like they'd recommend somebody like, oh, this person we think would
Mm-hmm.
be like good with you and whatever. So it was kind of like a little bit of AI curation shit. They took that away. They have this new tab at the bottom called standouts, all right? And it's fucking dumb, all right? Because what it is they curate like the best quote unquote best profiles from your area or people they think that you would like match with or get along with, right? And they like line them up and it's like showing one prompt from each, but you can like click into the profile. But here's the bullshit. You can't actually like it. You have in order to interact, you have to give them a rose, which is this new fucking pay to win mechanic where you get one free rose per week.
Ugh.
And if you use a rose, then it's like liking them, but it's that super like, it'll go straight to the top of their like stack of likes. But you get
Mhm.
one rose per week, and the only way you can interact with these profiles is by giving a rose. So you can't actually like them. And I don't know if they show up in the normal like discovery mode stack, like just getting through. I don't know. They have to because if they're pulling up the best profiles and putting them behind a paywall, essentially, it's fucking like ridiculous.
Yeah, it's fucking
Um,
over.
but yeah, and you get one fucking rose per week, or so you can buy more, of course. It's just fucking stupid. Okay, it's fucking dumb. Hinge is going a lot more microtransaction-y and money grubby, and I am not here for it. So, but I'm still gonna use
Yeah, they
it
need to make
because
money, man.
I know. But and I liked Bumble. It's just that was my luck was not with me on that one. And it seems like more people on Hinge. But it's just I'm upset. Okay, I just want to go on a goddamn date with somebody. It seems like a fucking one hurdle after the next. Uh, so yeah, I'll keep you updated. But I'm not too happy about how Hinge is operating these days.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
You have anything
have
else you
a
want to talk about, Joseph? Or
I
you want to go
have
to
a
Dayton?
quick one.
okay,
All right, quick
okay,
one. Then
So,
Dayton, you can say everything your heart desires.
okay,
okay,
okay.
so on our way up to camping, we left like after work, so it was like 4:30. Actually, Gabe probably got back at 4:30, so we probably left at a little after 5, I think. Um, we took two cars, so it was Gabe and I, and then Tim and Nicole went separate because Tim was working late. So anyway, we're on the road, traffic shit, and we're like, we need to stop to get dinner before we get too far out because once you get a ways out, there's nothing.
All right.
You know, it's northern Minnesota. It's pretty barren.
Mm-hmm.
So we get a ways out and we're like, shit, we didn't, find anything. It's like, oh, well, there's, McDonald's up ahead. It's like, oh, I don't really want McDonald's. Personally, I don't like McDonald's that much. Two, they don't have a lot of veggie options. They're
Mm-hmm.
pretty bad with that. Um, it's like, is there a Taco Bell or like Subway or, something else? And he goes, no Taco Bell. There's a Taco John's just a little ahead. It's like, perfect. Never had Taco John's, but I assume it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So we go there. So we get there.
Narrator, it was not fine.
Well, yeah, because we get there and I'm driving up to it, and then there's a barricade with police officers
What
like a couple
the
blocks
fuck?
away. And I'm like, what? There's a parade going on
Oh,
at 6 o'clock on a Thursday in this bumfuck town right in front of the Taco John's. Like it started in front of the Taco John's. And like the way like you had to drive through downtown to get to this taco. It wasn't on the edge. It No, this was like in the middle of downtown. We could not get nearby it. Like it was, we could not get close to it because like parking was shit because everyone wanted to see this fucking parade. God. So we're like, fuck, where's the next like thing? It's like, oh, there's another Taco John's 45 minutes up the road. Fine. We'll fucking go to this next Taco John's. Like, there is nothing in between here and that. We're already in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. We're lucky there's anything. So we're like, God damn it. So we drive to this next Taco John's. We get there, and the drive-through line is pretty long. And I'm not a big fan of eating in the car, especially like tacos, because you get those little pieces of cheese everywhere. It's a mess. Not ideal. I'd rather eat
Was this
inside.
your car or Gabe's
Yeah,
car?
I'm driving too, so I'm like,
Okay.
I don't want to eat in my car. So we go in. There's like two people standing in front of us, and they're like about to order. So they takes their order, and then the guy just disappears for a little bit, and we're like, oh, he's not taking our order. So we stand
The
and kind of
cashier just disappears?
yeah, and we're eyeing like, what's he doing? Turns out there's two people, one person to take the orders, one person to make the food for the drive-through and the counter. There's like a line of
Ugh.
8 cars in the drive-through. And so the lady in the back's like whipping up the food, and then the guy's like packaging it, giving it, and taking orders. So it takes maybe 10 minutes for him to take our order from the time we walk
Right.
in. We're like, fuck. And then so Gabe orders, and then he takes a drive-through order, and then he takes my order. So he's jumping all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Takes the order, and I'm like, hey, like they have like a bean burrito, but other than that, like and then they have like potatoes as like sides. So I was like,
Mhm.
hey, can I get this, but with potatoes instead? And he looks at me and goes, I don't see why not. No one's ever asked me before. And I was like, you don't have just a fucking potato taco? Like, what the fuck? And it had like a special like chipotle lime sauce, which was actually ended up being good, but yeah. And so I was like, I want these deep fried chicken tacos, but not the chicken, like just potatoes instead. And yeah, he was like so confused by it. And I was like, he's like, it works in the system. I don't see why not. And
Hey,
so-
Marie, can we swap out the chicken for potatoes on the taco?
yeah. And you know, it was fine. And you know, he takes the order, pay, whatever. And then, you know, we're kind of sitting like, okay, it's gonna be a minute. So we're waiting. And then he calls an order. And this couple comes up that had been sitting down. Like they didn't even there weren't the people that ordered before us. This is a whole nother couple that like gets their food. I was like, oh no. Like that's 6 orders or like 4 orders or something, 5 maybe, in front of us.
Mhm.
Like shit. We've been here. They have not called any other orders since. Like this I think we waited for like 30 minutes for our food
Yeah.
after waiting 10 minutes to order. But it was really good. I'm not saying it was worth the wait because we had places to be,
But I
but
mean, also, like, Tim and Nicole were coming later anyway, right? So, like, I
Yeah.
don't know. A huge
yeah,
deal.
so it wasn't a huge deal, but it it was just annoying. And then yeah, we ended up trying the same Taco John's on the way back, and they were a lot faster that time. So
Okay, that's good.
still
I-
just as good.
Just, I knew you weren't gonna say it, but I was just praying to God. You're like, get to the second Taco John's, another parade. I don't know how. There's another parade. This other Taco John's.
Well, here's the thing. We were driving in, and I was like, Gabe, can you Google and make sure there's not a parade? There's a parade in the town over. I'm not even kidding. Like, the town we drove in that we hit before this Taco John's had I don't know if they had a parade, but they had a festival going this week too. It was like, what the fuck? It's Thursday. Who has parades on a Thursday night? Like that's
Thirsty
a
Thursday,
that's a
baby.
Saturday morning thing or Sunday morning. I don't know. The fuck?
Fucking hilarious, dude. Small town Minnesota, man.
And also, can we talk
Wow.
about how fucking stupid parades are in general?
Dude,
Yes.
they're the fucking worst.
Like,
They're-
what's the point? What's the point of them? I don't get
When you're a
it.
kid, it's nice because they throw candy at you sometimes.
Yes.
Or like my parade, and unfortunately, I parade in Napa Valley always like threw out Dairy Queen coupons, like free ice cream. So you know I'm getting that shit.
Mm.
Yeah.
But after you're turn about, I don't know, 6, it's just a fucking waste of time.
I
Yeah,
just
you can
don't.
still get candy at 6 years old.
But it's just, it's hot. It's always in the summer, right? It's always hot as balls, and you just fucking watch these people walk by. It's just, I don't know.
I mean, we had like marching band in most of the
Yeah,
parades, so like
yeah,
parents watching that. But you
I
only
s-
get a little glimpse of what they're playing anyway.
right.
exactly. Yeah,
And
it's
if they're
just, I don't
taking
know.
the worst is when they're like they'll take like a quick break between songs. It's like, oh, they're just marching.
It's like, oh, I picked that wrong, like the bad spot. 'Cause it's always about the spots, right? Dad's always got to scope out the spot.
Uh-huh.
Got to
Yep.
get there hours early. It's like, for what? Like, for what purpose? Because, like, I don't know.
You see the
It's
fire
fucking dumb.
trucks.
Parades fucking suck. I
Unless
Yeah,
you're in Disney World or something, not worth it.
just
yeah,
so dumb. So dumb.
yeah.
Anyway, Dayton, finish off your stories here.
Okay. I have two stories, okay. So the first one is related to Jacob's dating thing, okay?
Mm.
So I've just been like I like got rid of all the dating apps. I'm just like fuck it. I'm not gonna bother.
You're too busy. You're too busy.
Yeah.
You know,
And
who's got time to date?
I'm just like, all right, I'm not gonna bother with this. But okay, I this would have been not this past Sunday because I was up in the Whites, but the Sunday before that, the last time that we talked, I went to the beach beforehand, right? And we got some ice cream from Dutch's, right? Jacob, you went there
Oh,
with
yeah,
me?
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we went there and got some ice cream. And as I was like throwing out my trash, some girl commented on my Chacos, okay, at the register. Okay, I'm just like, cool, thanks. I got to get going to the beach, so head out. And then I think it may have been like later that night or maybe on like Monday or something. I noticed that she was on their story. So then I just DM'd her and I said some dumb shit about Chacos or something like that. We started talking, and then that is literally the first time I've ever slid into anybody's DMs, and we ended up going on a date 2 nights ago or something like that.
Dayton, we're almost 45 minutes into this podcast. Now you're bringing this shit up. This should have been your number one story.
Dude, I was doing it chronologically, okay?
Oh,
Chronologically.
Joseph, you with me on this? They went on a
What's
fucking
not
date. We're
Lord,
45
man?
minutes into this goddamn podcast.
Dude, okay. Yeah, okay. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. But
I'm
that
trying to
was like,
imagine this DM.
Hey, that's a
incense.
100% success rate for you though,
yeah, I
dude.
know, dude.
Yeah.
She
I'm
didn't
just imagining
believe
like
me.
Dayton be like, "Hey, yo, it's Choco Boy, Unga Boonga."
No,
Wait,
I don't.
hold on. How did you she posted what on her what story?
No, no.
I missed the middle part.
So Dutch's is the bakery,
Okay,
and
yeah.
she works there, and they had
Oh,
posted a
Oh,
picture of her.
I thought it was another customer.
No,
Like she was also getting ice cream or
yeah, I
something.
thought it was a
Okay,
customer.
gotcha.
no, yeah, it was a worker there. It's like I of course didn't say anything like when she was at
Yeah.
work because that's
Right,
straight
right,
up
right.
fucking creepy.
Yeah.
And then I saw that she was tagged on the story post, and I was like,
Oh, so her
Oh,
thing was tagged, so then you just
yeah.
okay.
So then,
got
so
okay.
then
'Cause after you revealed that, I'm like, did you DM the official Instagram account?
Did you just yeah. Hey, who's that girl on the story?
holy shit, no, dude, that would be straight up savage. That would be straight savage.
That's
Uh,
fucking hilarious.
but yeah, literally first time I've ever like DM'd somebody, and that works out. And then she was like, this might be my worst possible decision, but fuck it.
Yikes.
And
That's-
I was like, damn. I mean, like, all right,
I'm not
whatever.
that big.
We got smoothies, and we went on a short hike. And then at the end of it, I was like, so is this your worst decision you've ever made? And she's like, nah.
Yes, and then walks away.
Nah. And then my second story. Okay, this one has
Well,
nothing to.
hold on, hold
Okay,
on.
okay, whatever.
Are you gonna see her again? Are you still talking? What's the sitch?
Yeah. I mean, like we're talking like on and off. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
All right.
Like I said, Jacob. Like you said to me, and like I've said, I'm busy.
Yeah,
I don't.
that's
I don't
very true.
have. I don't have a lot of free time. I pack my
Very,
freaking schedule tight. Okay.
yes, but you do it to yourself,
I
so
do it to
you
myself, and I do it
technically could
willingly.
free that up if you needed to.
I could. I don't. We'll see. Uh,
Anyway,
but my my final story is that I say I impulse bought, even though I've literally been thinking about buying one for the past like 3 years. I impulse bought a subwoofer for my car,
Nice.
and
oh,
it's a small one. Okay, so my car is rattly as fuck as it is, so I don't want to make
Yeah.
it any more rattly. I just want to like add a little bit more to the low end. So I bought just a powered sub, so like it has an amp built into it. It makes like the
hmm
wiring and stuff a lot easier. So I get that today, and so today I was supposed to get out of work at like 2:30 or 3, go to the gym, go on a run, install the sub, go to Dutch's to pick up cupcakes for my coworkers going away party tomorrow, and then I was supposed to, have the podcast tonight. But I got so fucking enthralled in installing the subwoofer that I skipped my run, and I kind of feel guilty about it, but at the same time, it's like it was a short run. Like it was a completely unimportant run. It was just for volume. Uh,
yeah.
but I, dude, I don't know how my fucking brain works. Like my brain can't like keep on like one track to save its fucking life. Like, so installing a sub, okay, I've got to do a few different things. Okay, I've got to like take out my head unit so I can run wires to it. I have to splice into this remote wire so that it can actually like send power or send like a signal to power on my sub that I got from my head unit, and I have to figure out placement and run these cables and stuff like that. And you'd be like, a normal person would probably be like, oh yeah, all right, I guess I'll start with this one piece, finish this one piece. No, okay, I'm like freaking starting everything all at the same fucking time, and
hmm
I'm like,
hmm
ooh, what can I do next? And it's just like it fucked me over in the end, because like I had cables just fucking everywhere, and then I'm just like, well, shit, I just realized I don't have an RCA cable. So then I needed to drive to the fucking AutoZone to pick up an auto to pick up some fucking RCA cables, and then I was like messing around with my battery, right? Because I needed to get the whatever the fucking red one is. Is that positive? Might be.
Yeah.
Who the fuck
Yeah.
knows? It's red. You,
I know it's
I had to like mess around with my battery a little bit. So then I was like, all right, I guess I should probably take care of this bare lead that I have running off of this cable. It's not duct taped or anything. It's just sitting in my passenger seat. So then I was like, all right, I guess I'll take care of that. I won't drive with that because I recognize that's super fucking stupid. And so then I take care of that. I take care of that. And then I go to like turn my car on, and it just starts cranking. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is happening here? Like, it's got a strong crank. This boy can fucking crank. And and then I'm just like, all right, I guess that's kind of weird. So then I stopped cranking it, and like I like put like my emergency brake in, and just kind of sat there for a little bit. And I was like, might as well try it again. Tried it again. Starts right up, no problem. And I'm just like, all right,
Okay.
cool. Go, go to AutoZone, pick up
So
my
did you drive there with your head unit off and just wires everywhere?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I figured.
Well,
I've
do you
done that
remember?
before. It's not the worst.
Yeah, I did that. I did that for like 2 months up in Houghton.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
And spoiler alert, there's a flashback to that story coming. And so then I come back from AutoZone, get the cables all run and stuff like that. And then I look down at like my watch, and it's like, fuck, I was supposed to leave for Dutchess 5 minutes ago. So then I like just start throwing fucking cables everywhere and like just trying to get everything all squared away so I can actually go drive like 20 minutes to this bakery. And I like throw my head unit back in, and I don't put like the front like the fascia thing on there. I just like leave it as is. And I go and I turn my car on and I start driving, and I'm just like, fuck, my head unit isn't powering up. And I'm just like, did I fucking fry it while I was monkey braining this shit? And I was like, damn it, like the last time this happened, I was out like $100 some odd to replace this head unit. And so then I go to Dutch's, pick up the cupcakes, you know, after driving in silence for like 20-25 minutes. Get there, and then all right, so mind you, this entire time I got home at like 3:30, and it was now like 6:30ish, and I hadn't eaten dinner yet. And like I usually eat dinner at like 3:30, 4 o'clock ish, and so like I'm fucking hungry as shit. So then when I'm picking up my stuff from Dutch's, I'm like, yo, is your guys' kitchen open right now? Like please tell me it's open. So then
Was the girl working?
no, she wasn't. She wasn't. And then they're like, oh yeah, it's open. So I was like, yes, fuck yes. So then I get a breakfast hoagie from them, and I start munching on that, and then I tear my head unit out of my car in the parking lot while I'm eating this hoagie. I happen to have this spare like what are they called? Fucking wire crimps or whatever they are, like.
Yeah.
And I had a spare one of those from like the amp wiring, and I was like, you know, I might as well just tear this out while I'm eating this hoagie right in here in this parking lot, and you know, see if I can figure out which wires busted. So then,
Yeah,
you know,
sorry, Joseph, can you imagine? Dave's the parking lot of this bakery, right? Sandwich in his mouth, he's fucking working on wiring. The girl comes in for a shift, and she's like, Dayton, what are you doing?
Hey? Oh, I'm busy.
So yeah, I'm working on something right now.
don't talk to me, I'm fucking busy. No,
Do you not see? I am preoccupied right now.
so I'm freaking munching. I'm munching down on this freaking hoagie, right? And I'm giving all these you know, these wires just the old simple tug test, okay? I'm just like, are these things actually, you know, situated in here fine? I'm working all the way through, and I feel one that's like loose, so I just yank that motherfucker out. I'm just like, get the fuck out of there. And then I install like the new one, crimp it, and then I learned from my mistakes before. Not all of my mistakes. I learned from some of my mistakes. So then before installing the head unit back in, I was like, you know, I better power up my car and see if it actually has power before I, you know, put everything back in. And I powered up, and it turns on, and I'm like, fucking great. So then at that point I had finished my hoagie, and I had, you know, put like the front like fascia piece on there, and my car's running at this point. Like I actually like turned the engine on, and I look down, and my dashboard just looks like a fucking Christmas tree. And I'm just like, what the fuck happened here? I literally did something that doesn't even affect the engine at all. Like, it's just my fucking radio. So I'm just like, son of a bitch. Because like at that point it was like, I don't know, like 7:20 or something like that, and I was like, I gotta get back for the fucking podcast. So then I'm just like, all right, I guess I'll try and stay calm, turn my car off, let it sit for a little bit, turn my car back on, acts like nothing ever happened. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, so then I freaking peel back to, you know, my apartment, get the cupcakes, you know, put them on the thing, and I still have not finished wiring the sub. Well, all right, so I finished wiring the sub. Everything is literally set up right now, except I couldn't. There's like fucking 5 good locations to ground this thing, except all the bolts were fucking torqued by a fucking silverback gorilla, and I can't open them. Like, I'm just a fucking mere mortal, okay? I can't open these fucking fasteners, these fucking bolts. So then Like here I am, okay? Everything is literally set. I literally just need to fucking put this ground wire in, and I can have some fucking bumping bass. And
Mhm.
that's where I'm at right now. And like I just don't I literally don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do to ground this thing, because there's like two bolts that I think were used to like ground like an audio system like prior to mine, because like it's a used car, but they didn't leave the nuts on them, so like it's fucking useless to me. And it's like it's in
Mhm.
I don't have micrometers or anything like that, so I can't like measure the fastener. So I think tomorrow I'm literally just gonna go down to the hardware store and buy like 10 different size nuts that I think might work, and then just
Hey, they're so fucking cheap.
Yeah,
yeah
they're like
You just
10
buy like
cents.
one at a time. Yeah.
yeah. So like
Return them, the ones that don't fit.
yeah, dude, let me get my 90 cents back. But yeah, so like I'm like so fucking ready for it. Oh, and then the reason why I want to get this sub installed fucking ASAP is because tomorrow, immediately right after work, I'm supposed to drive up to the Whites again to do some hiking. Except that might be not happening because of it might be storming on Saturday up there, like
Mhm.
thunderstorming, and I don't really want to be up at like 5,000 feet of elevation on a ridge while there's thunderstorms going on. You know, it
Yeah,
kind of
especially if you're taking that your Six Moon design tent. I don't think those handle the best in the wind.
well, I mean, we'd be car camping, but
Okay.
I still don't want to be up there when it's lightning. It
Yeah.
kind of
Well,
goes
yeah.
against my motto of if you're going to be stupid, be smart about it. I think that's
Mhm.
being stupid about it.
As long as
Mhm.
you're below the tree line, you're kind of fine.
It's not the hike that we're thinking
Oh,
about doing was like literally 75% of it's above tree line.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Have
nah,
fun.
nah. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But
Dayton,
yeah,
if you could, would you go to the Whites every single weekend?
yes. Yes. I wish that more of my friends around here were interested in going up there. Uh,
It's not it's not a normal thing. Like it is fucking hard hiking, dude.
yeah.
It's brutal. I
Like
don't
too
think you're gonna
fun.
find many people who are like are gonna be down for that.
Yeah, I know. I know. I think I only have like 3 weekends this summer that are down here in Connecticut.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Justin going with you most weekends?
Justin's over in France right now. So he was supposed to
Oh
go
yeah.
up. He was supposed to go up both this past weekend and this weekend, except he was like, "Hey, France just opened up their borders to um international travelers."
Right.
And he was like, "I got to go see my girlfriend." And I was like, "Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. I understand you have to go do
Bros
this.
before hoes, man.
I
Come
know, I know."
on.
so then, so, so that I sent him a Snapchat on top of one of the mountains, and I was like, hey, I just like happened to be on top of this one like mountain that we were thinking about doing this weekend, um, and I just wanted to let you know that it's a fan fucking tastic weekend out here, and I hope that you're jealous, but he's
When
he's
was the last time you saw his girlfriend in person? It had been like
uh
a long time.
I think it was November, maybe.
That's a 7 months. Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, is it
Don't
pretty?
don't give him too much shit.
Yeah, no, it's all in jest. But like he was out there trail running with his girlfriend out in like the French Alps, and I'm just like, you son of a bitch! Like you ditch me to go do that. Like that's just like I'm
Yeah.
jealous. I'm the one who's jealous. Okay.
You're lashing out because you're the one who's hurt.
Yeah. Nah, not really.
Is
Not
he still
really.
trying to climb every mountain in the Whites?
He's only
Like,
one away.
wasn't run away?
Yeah,
Nice.
the only one that he hasn't done is aptly named Mount Isolation, and that's because it's literally like a 7 mile out and back where there's not even a fucking view. Like it's just like a fucking shitty mountain to climb.
Would you do that one with him just to knock it out?
Oh yeah, we're thinking about doing it this summer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Nice. Well, we made it the whole episode without doing the topic. And you know what? Fine by me. Fine by me. Save it for next week, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good time. Fuck you, Gabe, if you listen this far. But yeah, thank you for listening to the Enchant Filters podcast. As always, find our show on Mondays on YouTube and podcast services. Please follow us on Instagram, EWF Podcast, and follow us on Twitch, EWF_podcast. But until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.